My Wolves played Arsenal 2-0, and not gonna lie, I'm already before the game started. I was already a little disappointed going into the season. I was already feeling a little down. Why so? Because we let our wonder kid, we let our boy, we let our best player leave the pack, the wolf pack, and go to Chelsea of all teams. Man, I wanted him to go to like Liverpool, maybe even Arsenal, go to like Italy or something. But to go to Chelsea, bro, to go to Chelsea where they have like 100 players on their squad, where they buy new players every season. Like, come on, bro. It's so hard for you to see you go to Chelsea. And like, hopefully, like in my opinion, he should be an unquestioned starter on that left wing. He's your best winger, direct winger. Like, he should be getting minutes no matter what. But who knows what the hell's going on with Chelsea, and who knows how long that coach is going to stay there. Who knows? Is he the one that brought him in? Is the coach that brought him in going to be there long term? We all know Chelsea loves to cycle coaches. If that coach leaves halfway through the season at the end of the year, what does that mean for Neto? There's so many. First he's leaving, and then he goes to Chelsea. It just leaves a very sour taste in the mouth. And then getting 2-0 by Arsenal. They're one of the title favorites. It's not the end of the world per se. Like, I could understand losing to Arsenal, but just a very sour taste in the mouth from Neto going to Chelsea. That was not fun. That was not. It was towards the end of the transfer window. The transfer window's still open right now, but it was at the latter end. Season almost started, and we get those news that Neto is gone. So I'm still processing that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still feeling a little down about that. But yeah, overall, Arsenal was a better team. I still got to get acclimated to the new players that the Wolves have. But overall, I mean, Wolves didn't play terrible. That one player, our center back, that was like freaking harassing Gabriel Jesus and put his hand on Havertz. Like, that was crazy. That was I don't know if you guys didn't catch that. If you did, if you didn't and you want to see what happened, just look up Gabriel Jesus on X on Twitter, and you'll see what happened. That was crazy. That's embarrassing as a Wolves fan. People were sending me that, and I was just like, yeah, I have no idea, bro. Like, this is where my team has gone the last couple years. We used to have, one of the most dangerous teams in the Premier League, could upset anybody in a given Sunday, in a given weekend, and now I don't even know what to put. What the fuck was that? Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, so Wolves lose 2-0. Arsenal, win 2-0. Yeah, and they're positioning themselves well. They look good. They look solid. They're going to be there probably the whole year competing for the Premier League. And just going around the league, just talking about the top four. Chelsea lose to City. Arsenal beat Wolves. Liverpool get a dub. So, the top teams are winning, and I didn't really get a chance to make a top four prediction and a Premier League prediction. I will eventually get to that. But man, even Pep Guardiola is saying that, I saw a quote on X. If I got misquoted or if I got fooled, then I apologize. But I think it's a real quote. He basically said that the motivation to go for their 5th Premier League in a row is not fully there yet. But once the season starts and it gets going, then it'll come. So They look considerably better than Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea is a fucking mess. But if the motivation's not there and they still look that good, then it's bad for the league once the motivation does get there, because they look like one of the better teams in the Premier League on opening day. Obviously, four times champions, but there was no signs of them not being motivated like that. I could tell. I wasn't looking at the screen. I'm like, damn, they're really just going through the motions. They're just showing up. They're still celebrating their Premier League. Like, nah, they look like they were focused. Pep had them, synced up. They were all ready to go. And Chelsea, Chelsea's a dumpster fire, and they're just buying players and don't know how to sell their players, and I don't know what the hell they're doing, but on paper, they're still a very tough team. And, it was kind of nice to see Kovacic, ex-Real Madrid player, score against Chelsea. Chelsea, who let him go to sign one of these $100 million players like Caicedo and Endo Fernandez. Like it's just I have no idea what Chelsea's doing. Like they're like the anti-City. They spend, they spend, they spend. They switch coaches every fucking year, and they just buy anybody that has a little bit of a good season or shows a little bit of potential. They don't know how to mesh their players. They don't think about the squad when they're buying players. They're just like, that's a good player, buy him. That's a good player, buy him. And then they look at their roster, and this good player doesn't really mix with this good player, or like these players prefer to play this formation, and these other players are better suited to play this formation. Now you just got a bunch of talent that doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So we'll see how they do in the Premier League. I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be, halfway decent, but we'll see. We'll see. Liverpool looks solid with their new head coach. We still got to see, when they're in a tough position, when they're chasing a score, when the injuries kick in, as the season winds after Christmas, when the squad gets stretched and you're in different competitions, how the coach shows up. There's like so many more tests that he has to pass. But overall, first test, I think he looked like he's not, the moment's not too big for him. He looked solid. He looked comfortable. Liverpool looked good. Carragher, I think, or somebody was saying some quotes about like, what did Klopp even win? He didn't win anything. This coach might be better. I think that's pushing it. We gotta respect Klopp. He was a class manager in my opinion. And then, like I said, Arsenal, already touched on Arsenal against Wolves, against my Wolves. They look solid. Saka with a beautiful assist to Havertz, and Saka with a banger of a goal on the first post. Could our goalkeeper have done better? Maybe, but Saka starts off hot. Havertz gets a goal in the first week. I think if you're an Arsenal fan, you're pretty happy with that, to see Saka, get started, to see Saka get off on the right foot, to see Havertz get a goal, and I think it's a good start for the season for them. So overall, the title race is on. Who's gonna win it? Probably City at the end of the day, but it's gonna be a good race. Hopefully, the last few years it has been a good race. It's been entertaining. It's gone down to like the last couple months of the season. That's what we could hope for. That's what I'm hoping for.